Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So today to follow along, you're just going to need a lacrosse ball or massage ball, something a little harder. You can use a tennis ball, golf ball even will work for this. We're going to go after the bottom of your feet. So really what we're looking for is we don't need these heroic hour-plus long efforts to gain range of motion and mobility and work on just helping our feet and other areas of our body recover, but nice consistent sessions, 10 minutes long, will get the job done. So let's go ahead and start. We're just going to put the ball on the ground. We're going to start just right in the middle of your foot. So if you need something to hold on to, find a spot where you can stand and hold on to something. It's not going to be a detriment to this at all. But with your heel on the ground, we're just kind of pressing in here with the ball right in the middle of the foot. Then what we're going to do is just slowly start working that ball to the inside of your arch. And we're going to kind of work up the arch, and we're going to work up the opposite side. We're going to spend a couple of minutes. If you hit any spot that feels real nasty, instead of just bypassing them, if you hit a spot that feels nasty, we can sit there and you can flex into it, and then you can relax and try and just get those muscles to relax. What are you flexing? Kind of anything in your foot. You can kind of extend, you can flex, whatever you want to do. But the main focus we want to have is as we're doing this stuff, we want it to be nice and relaxed. So we can't be tensed up because it hurts, because then we're just telling our brain that when these tissues try and move around, it needs to tense up. So it's okay to have these moments of tense up and then let it go, relax. We want to focus on specific spots. So I'm letting it roll up to the inside, and then we're going to start working it the other way. We've only got about 30 more seconds or so on this side. So working it the other way, and again, if you find any spot that's nasty, just spend your time there. You can, on other sessions, you can go to the other areas that need it. So going all the way up, just like we went up the arch, we're going up the side of the foot over there, just looking for areas that are a little tight and nasty. How do you know if they're tight or nasty? When you push into them, it kind of makes you go, oof. So remember, we don't want to do anything that feels wrong. So just kind of relax into it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and keep that ball right in the middle, but now we're just going to add in, let's try and grip. And don't think of just your toes flexing. Let's try and get the full foot going over that ball, and then we're going to extend everything up. Full foot is trying to wrap over that ball, extend up, and we're just going to do this a few times. Full foot, wrapping up, full foot. And then the foot is so tied into that posterior chain, so foot, calf, hamstring, butt, all the way up, back of the neck. All these are so related. So what we're going to do as we switch sides here is we're actually going to do kind of a little just hip hinge test. And this test really feels like it's hamstrings for most people. And we'll just see if you feel any different from side to side, even though we haven't even touched your hamstrings. All right, so let's go ahead and do the hip hinge test. What this one looks like is we don't want your back to round at all. So we're just going to stay nice and tall. You're just going to shove your hips back, and we're just kind of going over. Some people might feel a different side to side, others might not. What I'm feeling is that left hamstring just feels like it gets a little tighter, gets a little snugger a little sooner, and that right side just feels like it has a little more area. If you don't feel any different, no big deal. We're just going to go to the other side, and we're going to start same way, right in the middle. We're just going to go real slowly up the side here. I'm kind of feeling the same areas I was feeling. It's not always the same from side to side, so don't get too caught up in trying to be even on each individual foot. Go to those areas that need a little bit more work and try and give them just a little more love. Ooh, I got a real good spot here. So I'm going to hang out here a little bit. I can feel my muscle almost wanting to twitch. I'm just going to relax into it. I can even flex hard. Breathe. Let it go. Apply pressure in there. And again, we can work all the way to the outside also. I'm kind of sticking around this area here just because that's where it's kind of getting me. So I'm going up the edge, and then I'm going to start making my way to the outside. So just trying to keep pressure. Not only am I trying to just get those tissues to move around that ball, but I'm searching for areas that need it. Coming to the edge. Kind of working up that side. And unlike the other side, I kind of found some stuff on that side on my right foot, but my left foot's feeling okay. So for the last little bit here, I'm just going to go back to the inside of the arch. That's where, for me, it felt kind of the goofiest. And I'm just going to spend the last little bit here hanging out on that inside part of the arch. We have about 15 more seconds on this side. And we can do just a little bit of movement there. A little bit more. Okay, now we're going to go back into doing what we did on the other side. So right in the middle of that foot, we can try and grip with the foot and extend up. Grip with the foot, extend up. And we're just going to really just get reps in. We're trying to make those tissues work around the ball, but we're also using the ball to help get our foot to actually flex around. So it's more than our toes we're trying to get. It's that entire foot we're trying to get flexed over that ball and then extending up, getting that whole foot flexing over the ball here. Okay, a little bit longer. All right, so now we can put the ball aside. We're going to do some balancing drills here. See if I can get the ball to stay in one spot. So let's go ahead and just start whatever foot you want. I'm going to start on my right foot. We're just going to balance. Okay, we're going to just keep putting your feet in awkward positions. You can see, you know, and you'll probably notice your foot's going to be wiggling around. So what I like to focus on is I want to feel my toes and the ball of my foot and my heel all on the ground. And I want to feel like my ankle stays stacked right on top. And I don't want to get into a position where that ankle starts diving in on everything. So something that helps me is as I'm doing this stuff, I'm thinking about my hips facing my foot just a little bit. So you can see this front foot kind of comes over it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the left side or other side here. Same thing, nice and tight. Get that rotation going. Feel your full foot. So it's about awareness. It's about developing that stability. We just kind of smash those tissues around, so we're trying to help make the brain connections and get those areas to be able to start firing again, get you nice and stable. Okay, so let's go back to that original side. Now we're just going to test and challenge these positions a little more. So only go as low as you can, and I want you to go as low as you can. That perfect, just think foot position. That's the only thing we care about right now. Foot position. It all stems from posture. Foot position is what we care about. Let's take that front foot as close to the ground as possible. Send it forward, and go as low as you possibly can, challenging that foot position. Give it a breath, and then we're going to come back up. So as we hit these end range positions, let's go ahead and try and get a good breath in. So now we're going to do the same thing backwards. So that back foot staying as low to the ground as possible. As you go down, once you hit that end range, get a breath in. We'll come back up. Try and stay balanced through these. Now we're going to take that leg. We're going straight out to the side. Same thing. So it's all just about balancing, challenging the ankle, making the foot work. Come back up. And now we're going to go with that foot. Let's see if I can balance here. Go with that foot behind us. We're almost doing a curtsy. We want that foot going 90 degrees out to the side. Keeping everything stacked. Just going as low as you can. I know how goofy these positions are. Whew, making those feet work. Okay, one more side. So left side. Start by getting that balance. We're going to go forward first. So just focus on full foot staying nice and solid. Only go as low as you can. Coming back up. We're going to go backwards. Even if it's just right here, that's completely fine. Going as low as you can. We'll get lower and lower as the mobility gets better, as your stability and strength. Oh, let's see if I can stay standing. Every time I talk, sometimes I get out of whack, and as soon as you get out of whack in the core, you start getting off balance. So nice and tight, we're gonna go out to the side here. It's kind of a curse of a coach, is you gotta learn how to talk and stay engaged, and it's real easy to start talking and just give up on everything. Nice and tight, last one, we're gonna kind of do the curtsy out to the side. Keeping that foot off the ground, but really reaching out. Whew. We'll call that a day. That was tough. So, like we talk about all the time, we're not looking for these hour-plus long efforts. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's probably just better use for your time. And it's probably more effective also to be getting short little 10-minute-ish sessions in consistently, and that's going to have a huge impact on your pain, your recovery, how good you feel, and your performance in the gym. Hope this helps. Talk to y'all soon.